wishing you all happiness, clarity, and freedom on another gorgeous day. I want to tell you, if you are experiencing anxiety, if you are experiencing depression, if you are sad in your life, if you're going through it in your life right now, I want to tell you that this too shall pass. Nothing ever lasts forever. Nothing lasts forever. Whatever you're experiencing, whatever troubles, whatever traumas you are facing in your life, whatever discomfort you are going through right now, it will pass. It always does. Every single time. It always passes. It's just a passing emotion. So stick with it. Hang in there. You will get through it. You will get through whatever you are experiencing. I promise you. I guarantee it. And today we're going to be talking about how to end anxiety for good. How to end anxiety for good. So before we can work on ending anxiety for good, we must know what anxiety is. Anxiety is so simple. It is so incredibly simple. Anxiety is simply the desire to escape the moment. The desire to escape right now, the moment, life, whatever is happening right now in this moment. When you try to run away, when you feel the need to escape, that is where anxiety comes from. That is where fear comes from. It's so simple. It is so incredibly simple. And it all connects to the survival of the human, the survival of life. The reason anxiety even exists in the first place is so that you can survive. So it's not a bad thing. Anxiety is not a bad thing. Anxiety is a bad thing when it becomes an illusion and when it runs your life. But anxiety itself, fear, the state of fear, right? When you're out in nature and you come across a bear, you need to be pumped up. You need to have your blood flowing. Your heart needs to be pumping so you can get out of there. So you can get far out of there. Okay, this is fear. This is the basic premise of fear, the desire to escape the moment, because the human brain believes that there is danger. And sometimes there is danger, right? Like I said, when you come across a bear in nature, that's danger, right? That is something where you need to escape the present moment. You need to run and get as far away as you can. And I've had slight instances like this in my life, and it is so valuable to have true instances of fear in nature in order for you to have the perspective, have that awareness of what fear really is. And I'll tell that story in a little bit, so stick around for that. But how to end anxiety for good? We got to understand that anxiety is the desire to escape the moment. It is the desire to flee and run. Anxiety is the desire to escape and flee the present moment. So when you have this awareness of what it really is, you can then work to end it for good in your life, okay? We can end it for good. So for a lot of my life, for pretty much most of my time growing up on this planet, I went through a lot of anxiety. I went through a lot of fear. I went through lots of instances of heart racing, heart-wrenching fear, terror, terrifying, horrifying experiences growing up in school, in my life. And I'm starting to realize now that I was experiencing all this fear because I was not in a place that was in a true alignment with who I am, with my core being, right? I was growing up in school, and I had so much anxiety in school. I had a lot of depression, anxiety, fear, growing up in the school system, okay? I went through all of these things. And if you're going through it right now, I want you to always remember that it will pass. It will always pass. You will get through it, okay? So growing up, I always was feeling anxiety in school, and I never knew why. I would always try so hard to figure out, why am I feeling this anxiety? Why am I feeling this fear, right? And I could not come to a conclusion. But the answer was that I was not in an environment where I was meant to be. I was not where I was meant to be. This is my natural habitat, nature. Nature is my natural habitat. Nature is the natural habitat of life. It is the natural habitat of humans. So when you come out here, when you put yourself in an environment that is in alignment with your being, that is in alignment with your soul, nature, you will start to watch your anxiety fade away. I was experiencing all of this anxiety because I was not in a place that was meant for me. I was in the school system, and the school system, how it works, is that you are placed in this environment with a bunch of your peers. You are all expected to study hard, get high test scores, perform well, and this adds a ton of anxiety and a ton of stress into the lives of so many children, of so many teens. Now, some people are different than others. Some people are going to be a little bit more well suited in this environment. But for me, I did not belong in this environment. I knew that, well, back then I didn't know, but now I know that that environment was not meant for me. This is the environment that is meant for me. Being out in nature, breathing in the fresh oxygen, looking at all of the life that is around me. This is where I belong. And when I realized that, I eliminated my anxiety. It's so simple. When I was in school, when I was growing up, I always had the desire to escape the present moment. When I was in school, when I was in this environment that wasn't natural, that wasn't meant for me, I always had the desire to escape, to get out. And my soul was telling me, you belong out here. This is where you belong. You belong in nature. Okay, this is what my soul was trying to tell me. But I couldn't see it back then. I was trying to figure out, why am I feeling this anxiety? What is the cause? There has to be a cause. But I couldn't come to it. I couldn't figure it out. And for many years, I suffered with social anxiety, stage fright, anxiety in school. Now, I was a very smart kid in school. I always had the highest test scores. But I believe this was because of fear. Everyone's like, oh, you're so smart. How do you do it? In reality, the fear was driving me. The fear of not performing well in school, of getting a bad grade, that caused me to study hard and to get good grades, right? So it's a fear-driven system for me. That's what it was. The desire to escape the present moment. And when I put myself in an environment that is truly meant for me, that is truly meant for my soul, for my being, right? That is truly meant for me. When I put myself in nature, my anxiety started to go away. So what I'm telling you is that you must put yourself in an environment where you belong. You must be in an environment, in your natural habitat. You must be in a natural environment. So many of us on this planet are experiencing fear and anxiety, and we don't know why. It's because we're living lives that are out of alignment. We are not living naturally, right? So many of us are living somebody else's life. We are living somebody else's life without even realizing it. We are going along with the system like a hamster wheel. We are just going along, following everyone else and living somebody else's life without even realizing it. And I was doing this for a while, but then I got smart. Then I saw what was happening. I saw where I was headed. I saw it, and anxiety was the reason that I saw that. The anxiety was telling me, hey, you got to get out of here. I am grateful that I went through so much anxiety in school, that I went through so much depression, so much sadness, because that was what was trying to tell me, you got to get out of here. This is not an environment that is suitable for you. It all comes back to nature, right? When we feel fear in nature, it's a sign. It's telling us we got to get out. We got to go. We got to run away from this bear that wants to eat our head off, right? We got to get out of here. That's what fear is, the desire to escape the present moment. So if you are feeling fear, if you are feeling anxiety, it's a sign that you are trying to escape the present moment. And if you are trying to escape your environment, your present moment setting, you got to find the environment that is right for you, okay? And if you're living somebody else's life every single day, you are not in an environment that is suitable for you. And that's the school system, that's the system that we live in, right? It's designed so that we're serving the 1%. We're living somebody else's life. We're like cogs in a system. But I said, no. I got to live my own life. I got to do what I want every single day. The definition of freedom, doing what you like. Doing what you like, that is the definition of freedom. I have a picture of it in my room. Freedom. Noun, doing what you like. Or verb. Verb would be doing, because that's an action, right? I don't know. But we got to be in an environment that is in alignment with our soul, that is in alignment with us, okay? And if you are living somebody else's life, if you are in an environment that is not right for you, we're going to feel anxiety, we're going to feel fear, we're going to want to escape the moment. When I'm out here, I'm not trying to escape the moment. I'm completely in the moment because there is no danger out here. The reality is that there is no danger, there is no fear out here. And I want to distinguish more between the fear in nature, the fight or flight, you know, when you see a wild animal that could kill you, the predator fear, that's like a natural fear. Okay, that fear, that's the type of fear that is more natural. But the type of fear that you experience in the situations, you know, in school, at work, when you're in an environment that you don't belong, this type of fear is a complete illusion. It is false evidence appearing real. It is a complete illusion. Okay, but really all fear is the same, and this goes pretty deep. This really does go pretty deep, but it all comes down to a desire to escape the moment. It all comes down to a desire to escape the moment. So if you are feeling anxiety, if you are feeling fear, ask yourself, am I in an environment that is right for me? Am I around people that are right for me? Because this is another thing that can cause a lot of anxiety. If you are around the wrong type of people, if you are around people that bring you down, people that judge you, people that are just trying to support themselves and bring other people down, if you are around these type of people, you are going to have the desire to escape the moment. You're going to feel this fear and anxiety. And I want to tell you that you have complete power over your own life. You are the one in control. You have complete power. You can leave that situation. You can get out of there. Right? You do not have to stay there. You are only choosing to stay there. You can find a way. You can get out. You can exit the matrix. You can get out of that system that is not serving you. You can leave people that you don't want to be around. That's what I did. There's a lot of people that I was, spending time with that I felt anxiety around. So I got out of there. I just left. I said, hey, I'm out of here. I'm going to go out in nature for a hike. I'm going to go take a hike. Matter of fact, I'm just going to go take a hike and experience life. Okay? How to end anxiety for good. If we want to end anxiety for good, we must begin to live. If anxiety is the desire to escape the moment, we must begin to live in the moment. It's so simple. We must begin to live in the moment. How do we live in the moment? We put ourselves in an environment that is going to be right for us, i.e. nature for me, and then we can begin to Be grateful, express gratitude, because love and gratitude, these are the higher emotions, these are the higher energies that are what life is really about. When you're scared to live, you are in that fear state, you are in the lower vibrations of shame, guilt, and fear. But when you are in love, when you are grateful for everything that you have in your life, when you are focusing on gratitude, love, harmony, you are not going to experience anxiety, because these are wonderful emotions to experience. These are wonderful feelings to experience. So you're going to be good. You're not going to have the desire to escape the present moment. And again, that's what fear is. You're just trying to escape. You're just trying to run away from what is. So if you start to express gratitude, start to express love for your life, for your journey, for the life that you're living, be grateful for what you have now, and then you can attract even more blessings into your life. Be grateful for what you have right now. You have food, you have water, you have shelter, you have clothes. These are all things that are critical to survival, that we can focus on, that we can be grateful for. And another thing, how to end anxiety for good, we got to let go of the distractions. We got to let go of all these egoic distractions that are taking our mind away from the present moment. Because when we're distracted, when we're looking outside of ourselves, again, we are in a state of trying to escape, trying to be out of what is now, trying to escape the present moment. So when we let go of the technology, let go of the Netflix, of the phones too much, yes, we can use the technology, but to a certain extent. Be smart with it. Know when you are starting to slip out of the present moment. Know when you are starting to be taken away on the murky waters that exist within you. Be aware. Meditate. Meditation is entering the present moment. It is literally the opposite of fear. Meditation is the opposite of fear. The more we meditate, the more we live in love and gratitude, the more that our fear is going to dissolve. And also remember that this takes time, right? It's not going to be easy to let go of your fears right away, because they've built up over time, so they've got to be worked through. They've got to be worked through, and it takes time to work through these feelings, these feelings that are stuck inside of us. So remember that the healing journey is not quick and it is not easy. It takes a long time. So get out in nature, express gratitude, put yourself in the right environment. I promise you that when you put yourself in an environment that is right for your soul, that is right for your highest good, you are not going to experience the anxiety. Because like I said, when I came out here, when I started coming out in nature every single day and started moving further away from the system that does not serve me, that I do not belong in, my anxiety faded away. My anxiety faded away. My anxiety, I can see it, it is fading away. And I'm becoming the person that I'm really meant to be. Living my own life. Not living somebody else's life. I am living my own life. So, I also want to say that for those of you into crystals, Tektite energy, I got some healing stones with me right here. We got Libyan desert glass and moldavite. It's a brand new piece of moldavite I just got. And here's another way to heal and get rid of anxiety. Some crystal energy right here. Work with the crystals. And crystals, I'm beginning to realize, is that they don't do all the work. They can assist you on your path, on your journey of healing, but it's not the crystals themselves that are going to heal you on their own. You must work with the crystals, meditate with the crystals, and really meditating with crystals is so powerful. It is so powerful. Set your intentions, meditate, let go of what doesn't serve you, and these two right here are incredibly powerful stones to meditate with, to open your third eye, to clear your energy centers, to really see with your third eye what is going on here. So these are wonderful for eliminating anxiety, for healing. Check out Moldavite and Libyan Desert Glass. Those are two stones that I've really been working with lately. So I mentioned that I would tell this story of what happened to me. So I was on a nature trail, just walking along on a nature trail. This happened probably about a month ago, and I came across a family of geese, right? There was like 2 geese with a bunch of little baby geese around them, and I just started walking at them, and they started hissing at me, and one of them ducked its head and started charging at me. I think it was the dad geese, either the dad or the mom, ducked its head and started charging at me. And if you have ever been in a situation like this, you have felt real fear in nature, okay? This is the fight or flight. I could have either fought the geese or run away. And I just started running away. And then the geese stopped chasing me and my anxiety was gone. And the biggest thing I realized was that in nature, you have these instances of anxiety, of trying to escape the moment when you have to, but when it's over, there is no more anxiety. It's done. It's gone. Because now you're good. Now your environment is good. Now you're not being chased by a goose. But the difference, in this world is that a lot of us have anxiety, but then it continues on, even when there's no danger. It continues on in our minds, and this is the illusion of fear and anxiety. But in nature, it's real. Yeah, you're going to feel it in that moment, but when you're out of it, you're going to be so relieved. You're going to be like, oh my goodness, I'm so grateful to be alive right now. And it really puts it into perspective how precious life is. Okay, if you've ever been in a situation like this, I'm so grateful that I'm not injured and that I got out of it. The thing started running at me, and I didn't know what it was gonna do. Could have either fought it or run away, and I just ran, because I don't want to fight a goose. I don't want to harm anything. I just ran away, and the situation was all good. So be careful in nature, watch out, but also think about that. Think about that lesson. Think about fear in the mind and all this. So interesting to really think about it and to really go deep with this idea. Thank you. So thank you all so much for tuning into this message. Again, I want to remind you, you will get through the fear you are experiencing. You will emerge as the butterfly. But first you got to die as the caterpillar. First you got to die before you can start to live your new life and become who you really are. I love all of you. You are all amazing, wonderful, talented, spectacular in your own unique ways. Much love to every single one of you. Drop a like. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe if you're new. Leave a comment what you think about this topic. I'd love to hear from you. And make it a great day or not, the choice is yours.